please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to this edition of Doc's Clinic. Doc's take on the Mormish, and that's what we do here. We take on the Mormish, we take on their stupid, idiotic paperwork, and we just start to grind them down. That's what we need to keep doing. That's how we get rid of these delusional morons. If you were live yesterday and watched my live stream, we were talking about Timothy Drew, and we're going to dig further. I'm talking... we're going to dig much deeper. We're going to start digging on that criminal past. We want to see his criminal record. So be looking for that. I'm going to be working with a few other contributors to that as well. And we are going to come to you guys live with that. But today is the debunking. We're going to start this digging on him. I don't care what he says. He's delusional too. He's a scam artist. He's there to make that green, that money off of people that are just downtrodden right now, that are just having a hard time with life. So the first thing I'm going to do is there was a video from his channel talking about how he won this court case. Okay. Now it's all done by Zoom. And here's what's really funny is I have been watching actual live court from places like Michigan, Arizona, New Mexico. Because of COVID, they've been live streaming their court sessions. So I've been seeing what judges are wearing, because the judges are usually in their chambers or they're in the courtroom holding court. So we're going to debunk this video. We're going to come out here and Christopher Cannon Bay, or whatever he wants to call himself, the de facto fictitious president of the fake USAR. Again, this is a made-up group of delusional idiots who tend to think that they know what they're doing, and they don't. So what I'm going to do is let me go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna share this video because I think it's. Let me get out of that real quick. I think it's important that we show you guys just this idiocracy, the overall lack of any sort of common sense. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how he says he won this court case. So there it goes. That's what I wanted to see right there. So let me go ahead, and we are going to actually put a video file in here. That's the best way to do it. It sounds so much better. Okay, so here it is. We're gonna open this up. We're gonna put this right here for you guys all to see. So we're right now it's paused. We haven't started it. Oh, it looks like it has, but it says that he beats his case in Zoom in a traffic court. But when you watch this, and they point out who the judge is, and that's that hat right there. It looks like a bucket on his head, honestly, like a trash can. But as you guys will see, when they show who the judge and the prosecutor are, we are talking about Mr. Christopher Bay, Cannon Bay. Now, as you guys can see here, let me show you something. This is not the judge, okay? It looks like she's in her bedroom. If you look at the lights up there, that is a generalized, that's a light fixture that you can get at any Home Depot, Lowe's. I do not believe for I don't believe for 1 second this is a judge. Now, I'm going to tell you guys how easy it is to set up a Zoom court. First off, you see this up at the top here? This would actually have the court's name on it. Now, I work in IT. All right. We use Teams, we use Zoom. I know my kids for school, they use Zoom. So I know how these meetings are set up. I know how this title stuff works. So that's why it's very, very easy to debunk all of this. First off, this ain't a judge. All right. She is not a judge. One, it looks like she's got a graduation robe on. Okay. Two, it looks like she's in her bedroom. And how I point that out is if you look over here into this corner, you see this right here. This leads me to believe, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna make them front and center for this video. This right here looks like something you would find in your room. That might be a printer, you know. And again, some probably fakish more award or something. And here's a TV. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you've ever been inside a judge's quarters, at least the ones I've looked at, because I've talked to judges because I have a criminal justice background, yeah, that's filled with books. Okay, they usually do not sit by their window for any sort of Zoom meetings because, again, if this is a ground floor, very easily to see in, and most of the time, a judge's chambers is its interior to the courthouse. So now let's go a little further here. Let it play a little bit. Now they're going to say this is the prosecutor. No prosecutor in her right mind or his right mind would ever do a court case out of their kitchen. They're in their offices. I do believe, Swindle, that the judge's name, it's down in the bottom right-hand corner as I look at this. And we'll go a little further because I'm planning on going and pulling the entire criminal record and case log from the county that Chicago is in and really just pulling it all in. So we'll see. But again, no prosecutor is going to be doing a Zoom court case from their kitchen. Now, a good judge to watch is Judge Middleton. He's from St. Joe County in Michigan. All his court cases and, all their court cases are streamed live on YouTube every single day. Law Talk with Mike does a great job of, dissecting some of the cases from the day, the funny ones or the ones that are very interesting. So another good YouTuber to watch. But watch Judge Middleton. I'll put a link to his channel in the description of this video. But when you watch how he does court and you see the prosecutors and the public defenders and stuff, the other lawyers, and look, they're in their office, mask on or not, depending on where they're at. And they're in Michigan, and Michigan still has some of the most archaic mask rules out there right now still. But watch that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, and just like Swindle said, it's all staged. It's for his followers. It's for them to believe that, hey, us Moors, we have nothing. So I want you to watch this. I want you to listen to it. I'm going to stop it every now and then to comment on it and give my 2 cents. But let's go ahead and start this up here.
Yes, Christopher Canning.
Okay,
Bay.
Mr. I need you to speak a little louder.
Okay, Christopher Canning Bay.
So before we go on, you see these things all in the background? There's a picture of Timothy Drew or Thomas Drew. These things that you see in the background were all copy and paste made by them. You can go to their website, and what they say these are letters from the Secretary of State's signing that they're a recognized group. They're not. None of those exist. I've actually sent these copies and letters to the current Secretary of State's. And I've gotten letters back or emails back from every single one of them saying, no, those are all lie. We do not recognize them as a quote unquote national government. So again, more lies, more fictition. Obviously, it looks like he's in an office. Now, what's really funny is you're going to watch some dude walk across here in a little bit, which tells me if you're in court, the first thing you're not going to do is have all this stuff in the background. They want you away from any distractions during the court case. So this is really funny. So here we go.
Christopher Cannon Bay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, that's the front door to wherever they're living or whatever building. What I'm guessing this might be is that office, that USAR office that's in Chicago. This thing, it looks like it's in a demilitarized zone. And again, we don't even know if it's legally, if they even have obtained this building legally to begin with. So here we go. Let's go on here.
All right, 1 second. While we find your information, Mr. Ben.
Now, first off, no judge is going to sit there and call him Bay or Mr. Bay. They're going to go by the actual legal name of when he was fingerprinted, okay? And they would have confiscated his ID card, that fake ID. In the state of Illinois, if you present a foreign driver's license or a fictitious ID, they'll take it from you on the spot. So again, not true. Here we go.
I have Christopher Common spelling Cannon, CANNON, ticket number TU233936937.
Okay, so what we're going to go back and do is we're going to write this ticket number down. Because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to reach out to the chief of police, and I'm going to say, hey, can I get the report on ticket number this? Now, it might take them a little bit to get to me, but that, again, is another... For one, they don't read the tickets out. They never read the tickets out. They read the case number. Every time you go to case, I don't care if you go to traffic court. I don't care if you go to juvenile court. I don't care if you go to small claims court. They don't read the ticket number. They read the case file, the case number, because that's what's on the docket, not the ticket number. So that's another tall tale sign that this is set up and staged. Now, in most cases, and what I'm going to do too is I'm also going to find out traffic court, who runs traffic court in the city of Chicago, and go back off of the date that this video was uploaded and ask them, say, hey, at any given time on this date, did you do a Zoom meeting or a Zoom court session with Christopher Cannon? His last name is Cannon. Remember that. They add the Bay on there because they think that changes everything for him, which is a lie. Again, pardon me, thank you to True Science 151 for putting out that video describing the whole meaning behind Bay and Day and L and stuff with the Ottoman Empire. So again, what I want to go back is I'm going to...
Common spelling Cannon, CANNON, ticket number TU233936937.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hold on 1 second while we figure out what we're doing with your case.
Okay, the prosecutor already knows. When the prosecutor comes to court, they already know what they want to do with this case. There's no judge going to say, well, hang on a minute, we got to find out what we want to do with your case. No. When the prosecutor comes in, they already know what they want to do with that citation. They look at them because these come across the prosecutor's desk, okay? Or in some cases, the judge already knows what they're going to do. I've been to traffic court. When I was living in North Carolina, I had a bench warrant out for me. I had a ticket I completely forgot about. Anyways, I went to court, and they turned around and they said, well, this ticket, because they wrote me one for a foreign driver's license because I was from the state of Michigan, and being military, your state driver's license stays current because that's your home of record. And they recommend that when you get back to your home state or get a chance to, you renew your driver's license. Now, they did not know that. Okay. They were oblivious to that law. So I had to bring that military rule with me, and from the state of Michigan as well, because that was my state of residency. They tried to say, they wrote me a ticket for foreign plate because they said, because I live here, which is completely different from military, that I had to change my plate. I had to re-register in the state of North Carolina. No, that's not true. So I had to go back, showed up with my documentation. The judge was really cool. He was like, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this ticket out and this ticket out. He goes, but the speeding ticket, can you make it to driver's school? I was like, no, I was getting ready to change duty stations. He's like, okay, here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to reduce it. Can you pay the fine today? I was like, yeah, I can go down and pay the fine right now. He goes, go ahead, go to the clerk, pay the fine. You're out the door. Now, the prosecutor was there. There was an assistant district attorney there for that county. So he was there. I talked to him as well. And he told me the same thing. It's like, yeah, can you show me your driver's license? So I showed it to him. He goes, oh, you're a resident of the state of Michigan. I said, yeah, I'm in the military. He's like, oh, this is gone. The officer didn't know the law, didn't know the rule. And I don't expect police officers to know every single law, military law, federal law. I don't expect them to know that, okay? Not all of them anyways. He looked at my registration. He's like, your registration is current. And he threw those right out. He even wrote on them, dismissed. So, again, they already know what they want to do with your case. They already know. So this having to say, well, hey, let me go back and we'll figure out what we're going to do with your case. Again, another tall tale sign. This is nothing but staged.
I have to state.
Is there an accident indicated on the ticket, Tony?
No.
And then it'll be
Now, see, the judge would already know if there was an accident related to the ticket or not.
motion stating early process on both tickets. His license is now free and clear. However, it's
Nope. His driver's license will not be free and clear. Listen to this.
been expired since '94.
So he's driving on an expired driver's license. That's a crime. That's a violation of the traffic code in the state of Illinois. So with that being said, he was driving with an expired driver's license. So it's not free and clear. I don't know why they tried to say it was free and clear. Another tall tale sign that this is staged. If your driver's license is expired and you show that to the officer in the state of Chicago, in the state of Illinois, they can confiscate your ID because it's expired. That driver's license belongs to the state. So what they then turn around and do is they write you a ticket for expired driver's license. So you're driving on an expired driver's license. There's one issue.
All right, sir.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
tickets are dismissed.
Again, they would not dismiss those traffic tickets because 99% of the time, everybody says, oh, the cop has to be in court. No, they actually send the district attorney. He has all the reports for those traffic tickets when he goes in.
And my suggestion is that you go get a valid driver's license that's current, okay?
Okay, I got a question. I need an actual court order because I'm a non-resident of the state of Illinois. I live in Indiana.
Now, he doesn't need a court order for anything. What he's trying to do is get a driver's license. So all if he's truly a legal resident, and this whole foreign resident, whatever he tried to use, yeah, I'm a resident of Indiana. Okay, so go to the Indiana Secretary of State and get yourself a driver's license. That's all you got to do. That's how simple that is. As long as the driver's license is legal and current, that's all that matters. He doesn't need one for the state of Illinois too. It's if you live in Illinois, if you live in Indiana, that's where you get your driver's license.
And they have my vehicle in the pound. And it shouldn't have actually been towed.
All right, so this is COVID-19 time.
Uh-huh.
Tony, do you know how he can get a disposition?
For what?
He needs a disposition for today.
Now, see what just happened? He would have had his paperwork would have been emailed to him. That's what they're doing. During COVID for Zoom trials, they will email it because you got to sign in with an email to Zoom. Okay? Also, they're going to ask you if that is your correct email address because that's where they're going to send the whole decision on this case. They're going to send that to you through email. So, again, saying how's he going to get a disposition because of COVID? He can still go down to the courthouse. There's nothing stopping him. They didn't close the courthouses. They made it to where you had to make an appointment. So all he's got to do is make an appointment. He can still go get it.
So maybe in like 3 weeks, he can go to the daily center,
Yeah, you have to go to special services.
Okay, so
social services.
how,
Special services.
So they're saying he had to go to special services, okay? These are all keywords that you need to look at. First off, traffic court, he doesn't need to go to special services for anything. What he's asking for essentially is he's saying to the judge, hey, they towed my car. My car's in the impound, probably in the police impound lot in Chicago. How do I go about getting my car out? Well, first off, he's going to need a current driver's license, or somebody else is going to have to drive the car out of the impound lot. Second, he's going to have to make sure it's registered properly, even if it's registered in the state of Indiana. That's all. He just has to have proper registration. And then insurance, because what they're going to do to release that, and then he would have to go to the courthouse, and they can probably email that to him. So what's going on is, in his Zoom videos, you should be seeing the clerk of the court should be up there as well, because that person is typing all this, and this person can then actually email that stuff to him and say, he could say, hey, can you email me a copy of this showing that the tickets were dismissed, even though he's lying out his ass, so I can get my car out of impound? Or can you give me the number to the impound lot so I can let them know when I'm going? You know, where do I have to go to get this stuff, to do this, so I'm not going to the wrong place? He lives in Indiana. You need an Indiana driver's license, a current driver's license. You need to make sure you have insurance and registration on your car before you go down there to try to get it out of the lot.
Okay.
How would I get a court order though from you?
You know, you're not going to get a court order. You will get a disposition stating what happened in court today.
Right. Okay, but
Okay, let me finish. And that's going to take about 2 weeks, because someone has to input all this information. And with COVID-19.
Nope, they're wrong. The county clerk, the clerk of the court, is sitting in these Zoom meetings listening to it. They're every single court case that I've watched with Judge Middleton, he's got a court recorder in there, either via Zoom, where they're watching the transcripts, or in the courtroom typing away. So this stuff right here, well, it's going to take 2 weeks because of COVID. BS. That is BS. That is not true. They have the recorders. There has to be a recorder in the session, because they are the witness. They are transcribing everything. They're the witness to what is taking place. So for her to sit there and say, well, it's going to take 2 weeks to get all this stuff put into the system, that's not true. You can't hold court without a court clerk there doing the transcribing. That's their whole point. Even though they have mics and everything in there, that person is over there typing away. And all this information, it's a simple form, a disposition form. As soon as they're done with this case and the judge inputs their stuff, again, watch Judge Middleton's page, his channel. Once they go in there, they do their stuff in the computer, they type out their notes, they do a couple clicks, and they hit save in that program. So here's what happens. The county clerk that's down in their office already has access to what just took place. There's no 2 weeks. So again, another tall tale sign. This was a setup.
Things are changing every day.
Right. So my question is, on your website right now, it's saying that one of the tickets was for not having insurance, which I did have valid insurance at the time. I also had a valid driver's license at the time, and they towed my vehicle. So my vehicle has actually been sitting in a pound since January. So
okay, now we got to go back. She said his driver's license had been revoked, had been expired since 93. It was free and clear. There was no violations on it, according to what this fictitious judge is saying, this de facto judge. But it was expired since 93. So wait a minute. How are you driving on a current driver's license? Because even when she gave here, let's see where we're at. We're at 314. Let's come back to here.
TU 233.
yes, ma'am.
All right, hold on 1 second while we figure out.
Is there an accident indicated on the ticket, Tony?
Now listen
And then
Listen
it
to
was
this.
Say Gnarly Cross on both tickets. His license is now free and clear. However, it's been expired since '94.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
tickets are dismissed.
So did you just hear that? His license has been expired since '94. But we go back to there. He's saying, yeah, when this happened back in January, my I was driving on a legal driver's license, on a current driver's license. Well, how is that possible? Your license has been expired since '94. Now, if they wrote you a ticket back in January for no insurance, then that means you had no insurance. You didn't provide proof of insurance. See how this works? He sits there and says, yeah, I had one of the tickets was for no insurance. I had insurance. Well, if you had insurance, then why did the officer write you a ticket for no insurance? You see where we're going here? And if you caught this, he also grabbed a stack of paper from the back to like jog his memory of how this script was supposed to go. So we know he had no driver's license or an expired driver's license, so they wrote him a ticket for that. They probably wrote him for no insurance, and I bet the next ticket they wrote him for was no registration. So let's go back here.
Have to go to special services.
This court order. You will get a disposition stating what happened in court today.
Right. Okay, but
Okay, and let me finish. And that's gonna take about 2 weeks because someone has to input all this information. And with COVID-19, things are changing every day.
right. So my question is, on your website right now, it's saying that one of the tickets was for not having insurance, which I did have valid insurance at the time. I also had a valid driver's license at the time, and they towed my vehicle. So my vehicle has actually been sitting in a pound since January. So I'm trying to see if it's possible to get a court order since the tickets was nolly, so I can go pick it up.
My answer to you is no.
No. So so I just take the disposition to the auto pound to get the car?
Yes, the disposition will say that the tickets were dismissed.
Now, this is a slam dunk because, again, an officer wouldn't write tickets for these. Now, January, I have to go look back when this video was actually made. And I think it was from this year or not this year, last year maybe. Because he's talking January, and he's in a cutoff shirt in the back, and he's in a short sleeve shirt, and the one dude that came across was in a short sleeve shirt. So I'm betting this is springtime, early summer. So he says his car's been sitting in the pound since January. So that's when that took place. But no officer is going to write you a ticket for an expired driver's license if you have a current driver's license. Now, he's probably talking about that fake ass, not even worth what you're paying for, nationality card. That is not a driver's license. It's not even a legal form of ID. So, again, how in the world do you think that works? It doesn't. The other thing, they're not going to write you a citation for no insurance if you had valid insurance. So, again, that's why your car was towed. I'm also guessing your car was towed because of the fact that you did not have proper registration.
Okay, but what about like that? So that would waive the toll fees and everything else as well?
I can't address that part. I have no idea what Indiana requires for all of that. That's beyond my capacity.
Well, I'm not talking about Indiana. I'm talking about the tow yard here in Illinois is holding the vehicle.
Once
So-
again, I can't address what they require.
So he's trying to get the judge or this fictitious judge to pass, to waive the tow fees. No, man. They towed your car because you didn't have insurance, you didn't have a driver's license, and you didn't have proper registration.
Waive the fees. I have no idea. Only thing I can tell you is your tickets here have been dismissed. In about 2 weeks, you can go to special services and get a copy of the disposition and see if that works. And to be honest, I don't even know if they're going to waive the fees.
So They told my car in violation of Illinois statutes, and they're not going to waive the fees.
No, they ain't going to waive the fees, man. Plain and simple. The tow truck driver's got to get paid. That gas, that time it took, he's got to get paid for that. So guess what? You're paying the fee, brother. You don't get to just tiptoe out of this thinking you get out scot-free. So again, here we go with this. Now, you hear him say, well, my car was towed under Illinois state statute. Yes, under the traffic laws. Remember, statutes and codes are laws. Okay? They don't want to admit that, but that's what they are. So just because you live in Indiana and you're from Indiana, which means you need to go back to Indiana and get yourself an Indiana driver's license, register your car in the state of Indiana, and get valid insurance. Because, again, no officer is going to write these citations if you have a current driver's license and you have current valid insurance. They're just not. They're not going to waste their time. That's stupid. That's falsifying a ticket.
So what did I say? I don't know if they're going to waive the fee, right?
Right, but
I didn't say whether they would or not. I just said I don't know.
right. Well, I'm just speaking to you, ma'am, and please don't get frustrated because I'm asking questions, but you are the judge, and so I'm just trying to understand. They towed my car illegally, basically. They towed my car illegally. I had insurance and I had a valid driver's license.
So why? Again, this is one of the things where, you know, I'm just going to put it out there. It makes me do this. Mind blown. Because, again, why would an officer write you 2 citations for no valid insurance and an expired driver's license if you had valid insurance and a current driver's license? Why don't you show proof of that right now? You're saying you had it. Show proof. Show proof of this right now. You're in court. It's easy to show that judge and say, look, I was pulled over and stopped on this day. I had valid insurance. Look, here's the date my policy starts, and here's when it ends. And look, here's my driver's license. Here's the date they issued it to me. Here's the expiration date. That's how simple this is. That's how simple this is right here. So why not show it? You got that shitty grin on your face because what's happening right now is this is that play back and forth. He's got some of his people on the other side because we're not seeing the judge or the prosecutor talk here. We only saw him for a brief second. I don't even believe, to be honest with you, he could be on speakerphone for all we know, because if you look at this, it doesn't even look like he's in a Zoom meeting. Now, this looks like it came off his webcam is what it looks like. And he's like, watch, we're going to stage this video and we're going to make them think we're in court, and watch this. If you record, let me tell you this right now, because, excuse me, I've done several recordings where I've recorded meetings in Teams and Zoom, so especially trainings, so we can play them back for people that miss training. And guess what? In those recordings, everybody is there. It shows the actual screen of the Zoom meeting or the Teams meeting or the go-to meeting, whatever platform you're using, okay? This shows no proof of that. So again, here we are. It's simple as hell for me to say, hey, I need you to just show up to the Zoom thing real quick. I'm going to have my buddy over here on the back side. He's just going to be dark, and he's just going to put this title down. Why would you want another person sitting by a computer back there? That's what doesn't make any sense at all. Because when they show the judge, I believe you don't even see I think you might see the prosecutor down there. But in the prosecutor, you don't see the judge. You see a blank screen. If everybody is in that meeting, you see everybody. You'd even see him. You would see him. His face would be right there. Because if you watch his eyes, he's looking at the people on his screen, if there's people on his screen. So let's go. Here we go.
And I don't think I should be charged for that. And I think the only way for to get the pound to release the vehicle to me is with a court order. So should I be filing like a replevin or something maybe?
No. What you need to do, she already told you, okay? Again, I'm not putting any validity to who these people are. But she had already said, and a court will say this to you, you've got to have the deposition of the case today to show that these were dismissed. And then whatever the requirements are to get your car out of pound, which you're going to have to show registration. You're going to have to show a valid driver's license. You're going to have to show valid insurance. And you're going to have to pay the fee to get it out of the pound. Now, again, looking at how they're dressed, I'm guessing that car's been sitting in there for a while. A long while. If he says since January. So he's got the impound fee to pay. The storage fee, the monthly storage fee, which I'm really surprised his car didn't go to auction, but they probably couldn't auction it off. And then he's going to have to pay the tow fee. The tow truck driver's got to get paid, man, regardless.
Maybe you should hire an attorney or talk to attorney pro bono attorney to see what his recommendations are.
Okay, right there. A judge would never say that. A judge would never do that. Why? Because this is what they bitch about all the time. That's practicing law from the bench. That's giving legal advice. That's not a judge's job to do. She could have said, maybe you should have just hired an attorney and left it at that. That right there is practicing law from the bench. She's giving legal advice. Judges won't do that. That is a no-no for a judge to give legal advice from the bench. Oh, maybe you should have got a pro bono lawyer and had them, look over the case. And then she explains what pro bono is. I mean, come on. I mean, how far are you going to go into this delusion right here?
I can't give you legal advice.
She already did it. She already gave him legal advice. Maybe you should get go talk to a pro bono attorney. That's legal advice.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So you say 2 weeks?
Yes, 2 weeks.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So here's what's funny. He didn't disconnect from anything, because what would have happened would have been, you would have heard the judge in most cases call out the next case number before he would have disconnected. He never disconnected. He wasn't even connected. Now look, now all of a sudden, let's see, I see a 1042 on there, so I'm guessing it's 10:42 in the morning.
Freddie, Freddie, Hughes, Hughes, ticket number TU249.
Also, the judge would not be playing with her hair at all. And you see this? There's his little webcam up there. He should have a picture right up, and this is Zoom. His picture, if his camera is on, he should have been down here, or if it was set by the court, which it should be, the judge would be main screen, and then he would be up here in this. But why now are we turned to a video? This, I guess what they're trying to do is put some validity behind this whole scam.
504 505 506 507.
So, okay. So here's what's funny. She called out 7 cases. That's not what they do. They will literally go and they'll read the first case, talk about what the charges are, and then they'll go to the next one. Now, that looks like a filing cabinet back there with something stacked on top of it. There's like a picture frame back here. I mean, I'm sorry. There's just too many things that leans towards a staged setting. And I'm really curious. I think I'll probably go back and watch this video, especially the end part where she's rattling off these cases, and really listen and then write them down. Because once I know the date for this, then what I'm going to do is say, oh yeah, by the way, were these cases on the docket as well? To just get more validity, saying, nah, dude, what you did was just, it was fake as hell.
Your Honor, the state is proceeding on this ticket. He is revoked due to a DUI.
Okay, so wait a minute. The state, now this is funny, because usually what will happen 9 times out of 10 is they're going to kick him from the conference. They're going to kick him from the call. You don't need to be on it anymore. This does not pertain to you any longer. You're out. Or if they need to talk to you later, they're going to take you and put you in a waiting room and put you there for the time being. You're not going to sit here and then record it with your phone to show this. You're just not. You're not going to do that. They're going to kick you from. This is another thing too. And watching all this in the background in somebody's apartment, no, sorry, that's another tail sign. If you're watch Law Talk with Mike and then watch Judge Middleton's his channel, there's a prosecutor and her name's Deborah. Really great prosecutor. And she's one of the district attorneys, one of the main ones. And if you watch that, she's in her office. She's not in a kitchen. And I'm sorry, no prosecutor is going to be. And it looks like she just woke up and put a t-shirt on real quick. So then they turn around and they post Fourth Amendment. Now, look, this is I can't have any sort of sense of validity for this group because they use Disney-esque font. The Fourth Amendment. There was no reasonable search and seizure. There was none. They did their job. So before I get, I'm curious. He sat here and she's playing with her hair. So let's do this. I want to hear these case numbers.
Freddie.
So we have a Freddie.
Hughes, Hughes. Ticket number. Freddie, Freddie, Hughes, Hughes. Ticket number TU 249-504-505-506.
Okay, there it is. This judge, this pretend de facto dumbass, called out 6 tickets. 6. Now listen to her. Listen to what she says. This is how you know they're nowhere on the same script.
Your Honor, the state is proceeding on this ticket. He is revoked due to a DUI.
1 ticket. The judge named off 6, listed 6 tickets. And she says, yes, Your Honor, prosecution is ready on this ticket. Proceed on this ticket. How? There were 6 tickets named. You talk about 1. Again, it shows how they're not on script. Okay? So, and then they post this stupid thing on the Fourth Amendment. And yeah, okay. So, as you saw, this is nothing but delusional fiction at its best. They're not even good actors. I mean, honestly, if it was me and I was going to do this pretend BS, I'll tell you what, I would have made sure, I would have watched some other courts and like, man, how are they doing cases? Okay, so here they are. They're talking about this. The judge lists the case number, not the ticket number. Okay, and oh, by the way, your background, we need to change this. We either blur it out or change it so that way it doesn't, it doesn't mesh or it doesn't look like you're at home in your kitchen, which you are. Oh, make sure you dress nice because you're a prosecutor. If you go in and watch Law Talk with Mike and you look at what Deborah's wearing, she's always very professional. Always. A jacket, nice blouse, hair done, looks nice, presentable. She's not up in the camera like this. She's back far enough so people can see her, but she can still be heard when she speaks. She makes notes during the judge's call. And you know, it's one of those things where when I hear this guy talk, when I hear Mr. Christopher Cannon Bay open his mouth and talk, it kind of in a way makes me okay. So this was a month ago, and it says he wins his court case in the city of Chicago. So, and I'll go ahead and show you this. Let me move this over here. I want you guys to see his channel. I don't really care, you know. I think this is a great. I wish law firms or law schools would start doing a semester, make a semester or two mandatory on soft sits and these MOOCs. But here, let's go ahead. This is his YouTube page right here. And as you're looking at it, this is the video in question right here. C. Cannon Bay wins court case, city of Chicago. He really didn't win it. She just missed the case, but he still got to pay all that. Now, this was a month ago. Okay. So we're in March. We're at the end of February. If we go, I'm going to go ahead and just pause this. Okay. And then let's see. Wins court case, city of Chicago, open for a civil suit. Well, I'm going to guarantee you there's not a civil suit coming. And the video was posted January 6th. So that's what I was looking for. January 6th of this year. Okay. And it was done through the city of Chicago. See, you got my research brain going, Swindle. Damn it. All I have to do is put in a freedom of information request or request with them and say, hey, I need to see this. And I can request the case file. So he is, don't forget to check out. Okay, and that's bullshit. I checked that out. It's actually really gross. It's stupid, to be honest with you. So this is all we have. He doesn't really put any more in the description, but it's nice to know that this was uploaded on January 6th of 2022. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to request any case files pertaining to Christopher Cannon Bay. That's going to and the thing is I can request that docket. So I'm going to get a hold. The traffic division is part of the Cook County. So, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to start this right now. You know, the Honorable Dana K. Marziskel is the presiding judge. So what I'm going to do is say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. You know, I'm looking for this. Can you tell me, you know, where do I find, where do, I get the information on a case? You know, that's what I want to know. So this would be the municipal department of the Circuit Court of Cook County. Here's all non-felony cases alleging violations of traffic laws. And they're in 6 districts. So that's the other thing too, is at the beginning of the case, beginning of the court session, you would have heard, you know, this whole thing. The other thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to bring up the judge. Timothy C. Evans is the chief judge. But the presiding judge is Dana K. And right on this site, we can go right into this. She is in the traffic division, and again, it's very easy for me to write a letter to the presiding judge and say, hey, I saw this really weird court case. Can you tell me who the judge was that was presiding on January 6th? Or, you know, that's what we're going to be looking for. So not to bore you guys to death, I do apologize. But I'll go ahead and stop sharing. But so now we have a little bit more information. I'm going to dig a little further on Mr. Fur. He's misinformation is what he is. On Mr. Christopher Cannon, and see what we can come up with for you guys. Again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I do apologize for being late. This was supposed to start at 10:30. I had to take care of some real life issues before I jumped in here. But again, thanks a lot, everybody, for being part of this. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment in the video comments. Again, if you want me to research something on this or anything else, just hit me up. Let me know. Again, thanks for showing up to Doc's Taking on the Mormish, and I appreciate. This has been Doc's Clinic. The clinic is closed, and we are out.